Hello, everyone. Welcome to NB Geeks Let's Talk Corpse Bar. Well, folks, I'm sure most of you have been, or at least know, that the jury is now deliberating in the trial of Jussie Smollett. If you have a problem with me saying that, you can go bitch at Dave Chappelle, because that's what I'm just calling him now, Jussie Smollett. So I believe the count was 6 counts of disorderly conduct, which I guess is a class 4 felony in Chicago, which, if found guilty, could face up to 3 years in prison. Okay, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I will actually be shocked if he actually gets any prison time. I would be surprised. I would not be surprised if he gets possibly a fine, some probation, community service. He doesn't have a prior criminal record. Although I don't like this term, they said, well, nobody was really hurt. Yeah, this was a farce that caused the media a sensational shitstorm. See, I remember this when it first happened. I remember reading the news. Okay, first off, I had no damn clue what Empire was. Still don't. I know it was a show. I know he was on it. I don't know anything about it. I have not watched it. I had heard of it. I'd seen it pop up on Hulu a few times, but I just never had an interest in watching it. I didn't know anything about it. Never bothered. And that's fine. But I mean, when I heard the way the news was putting this out, so it's like, okay, let me see if I get this straight. It's 2:00 in the morning. Now, the key thing here is, it's like, okay, it's 2 a.m. It's one of the coldest days in Chicago. And Jussie Smollett is getting a Subway sandwich. Doesn't call an Uber Eats or DoorDash or call an Uber to take him over there. He goes and walks in one of the coldest days in Chicago's history. And yet somehow comes across two people in Chicago wearing MAGA hats who happen to have a noose and a rope and who happen to recognize him from his show. Yeah, I'm sorry. All that right there just did not add up. I heard the story. I heard what he said. I heard his interview. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. This just doesn't add up. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And, even Dave Chappelle said it in his last one. He goes, people wonder why the black community wasn't supporting him with their voices. Like, well, we were supporting him with our silence because he was like, apparently, Dave Chappelle said it. They knew he was lying. And I mean, when you really look at it, yeah, it's kind of obvious. It just did not. First off, it's Chicago. I'm going to make this very clear. I'm from Illinois. Chicago is Democrat, run top to bottom, from the mayor to the city council. There isn't a single Republican, as of the last time I checked, on the city council of Chicago. There is, I believe, 2 or 3 independents. Everything else is Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. I'll give you an example. Look at who's the Secretary of Transportation or Secretary of State, Jussie White. Okay, I'm 42 years old. Jussie White has been the Secretary of State and has been on my driver's license since I was 16 fucking years old. Chicago is blue. They have been blue. That is all they want to be. It seems like they'll. So the idea of hearing anyone actually say in Chicago, this is MAGA country. Give me a break. Do you really think people are walking around at 2:00 in the morning in Chicago with MAGA hats, a noose, and bleach? I mean, seriously. And then you get to the trial and you find out he paid them with a check. Real smart idea, dude. Why didn't you just use cash? You know, and then you're caught on video doing dry runs and stuff with this, and it's, oh no, I was using this for a gym, personal this or that. Trying to look, man. You can spin it all you want. It's, I mean, other than I guess Black Lives Matter, the organization believes him because you can't trust cops. Now, here's the thing. I will say this. Do Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. Do all lives matter? Absolutely. Why is Black Lives Matter an important statement for a lot of people who are Black? Well, if you look at our past history in America, the cops historically did not treat, Blacks well. They didn't believe them. Okay. I mean, we have to accept that as a black mark on our history. I don't believe that we're still living in the 1940s, 50s, 20s, 30s. It's 2021 now. If you really look at it, it is less likely for a cop to shoot a black person than to shoot a white person now. Very, very rare. Does it happen? Yes. Sometimes it's justified. And sometimes, like with the one case that happened where the cop went to jail because he had his knee on his neck. Yes, that was not justified. That was absolutely not justified. None of us thought that was justified. Absolutely not. The problem is, even when the left and the right can actually find common ground, it's not good enough. It's your fault because you won't do it our way. It's like, no, we agree with you. This was wrong. It's like, well, it always happens this way. No, tends to be a pretty rare occurrence. But, why Jussie Smollett did this? Was it to up his profile? Was it to maybe get more of his career, get more money out of Empire? I don't know. I've heard speculations. I don't really care. All I can say for certain is, based on all the evidence, he's probably going to get convicted on at least some of the charges. Now, could be wrong. They may acquit him on all of them, which would be pretty damn shocking, but it's always a possibility. So maybe we'll hear today, maybe we'll hear tomorrow. We don't know. Do I think he's going to go to jail? Unless this judge is really looking to make an example out of him for this, I'll be honest, I kind of wish he would, so that people know you can't just go and stage these hate crimes and fake this stuff and then you can just get away with it. Because in my mind, these are dangerous things. We have seen so many false hate crimes come up, and it just jars people because their immediate reaction is just knee jerk. Oh yeah, it had to be this. And then when it comes out, it's actually a person of color faking a hate crime. I mean, that waters it down for those who really do become victims of hate crimes. And I hate that because there are real victims out there who get attacked for their skin color. And to fake it, yeah. I don't think he's going to get jail time. I personally, if I was the judge, and I'm not a legal person, I would probably give him the max amount of sentence I could to make him reflect on how screwed up that was. But I guess we will find out. Anyway, folks, that's my whole thing on actor. Is he still an actor? Is he still getting roles? I'll bet you when he gets out, he'll still get roles. We'll see. All right, folks, take care.